A man on a bike is wielding a heavy chain. In Bedford, a gang member has armed himself with an iron bar.
Officer with taser, now drop it.
And on an estate, a woman's got an axe.
Somebody's thrown an axe through a window, she's picked it up, run down the street with it.
Every day, the police get called to potentially volatile situations. Now they're arming themselves with a new weapon that'll help put an end to any dangerous confrontations.
Put the knife down, officer with the taser!
50,000-volt taser stun guns.
What does he look like, an old boy with a metal bar?
Like really wedging.
Been shown a taser, red dot, and they're stopping. Normally they'd fight. To evade police capture, they would fight. They would strike police officers, damage, do anything. But now they're thinking twice.
Bedford, it is said, is where Christian set off from in John Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress on his arduous journey to heaven. Nowadays, the traffic cops are there to aid and abet anyone veering from the straight and narrow. And temptation is never far away.
This is the lovely Midland Road area of Bedford, where drug deals just go on the actual street corner.
PC Chris Lear is heading for the town centre. All of a sudden, he's noticed a white van darting out of a side street.
He's not even looking at the road ahead. He's just constantly looking in his rear-view mirror.
Chris is going to see what his hurry is.
As I'm about to make the turn, Mark Casey on our unit, in another roads policing vehicle, comes out of the same street with his blue lights on behind the white combo van. We turn round, then start to follow Mark.
The white van's driver is not stopping for Chris's colleague for some reason.
As we've come round the corner, we were bulked slightly by one vehicle, so by the time we've actually made the turn in, the combo van has stopped. As we've approached, see Mark trying to grab hold of him, and as Mark does that, he resists Mark straight away.
You're gonna get tasered! You're gonna get tasered! The door, you get on the floor! Get on the floor now! Relax! Relax! Put your hands where you need to be!
You know you're sued.
Fella, listen to me! Listen to me! Listen to me! Listen to me! You've got a red dot on your back!
The red dot isn't just for aiming the taser. It's also a handy warning that it's activated and ready to fire.
Do you understand?
As I look to my left, onto the front of the combo van, I see quite a large screwdriver where the windscreen sort of meets the bonnet.
Secure.
Even a screwdriver can give police grounds to suspect that a person is carrying an offensive weapon.
Commercial van.
Yeah, we're with him. He's kicked off as soon as he's got out of the vehicle.
I've kicked off.
There's a screwdriver on the front of the vehicle. He has been red dotted with a taser to try and calm him down whilst he was being detained.
Look away from me.
He's now in cuffs.
From you. Don't.
What the you going on about? Look away from me.
Look away from me.
You're
now.
What do you mean look away?
We're obviously up close and personal and trying to search them, and there is obviously that fear that they could spit at you.
No, not deployed. He was just red dotted. Can we have a van, please, Alan?
What you not do it to me?
Just get back on the floor, son. Get back on the floor, son.
Why are you hurting me? Listen, I'm trying to get on the floor. Don't hurt me.
He was still struggling with officers. We need to make sure he's not concealing anything on him. We still don't know why he didn't stop.
All right, stay down.
What is wrong with you, lot, man?
Stay down.
Get on your front.
What is wrong with you?
Get on your front
Why
now.
are you hurting me so much? What is wrong with you, man?
You're not hurting you.
You are
all right?
hurting me. I haven't done anything wrong.
You failed to stop for these officers.
All
right,
stop.
okay.
I've got insurance, I've got tax, I've got everything.
So why did you fail to stop then?
That's my shop right there.
All right,
next to you
okay.
on the left.
Okay.
The man is insisting he's just a shopkeeper and has done nothing wrong.
Ready? We're going to sit you up. All right. And now just stay yourself there. All right.
Yep. A lot of trouble. I didn't swear at you, didn't raise my fist to you. The first one that pushed me to the ground. I'm doing you for assault. Yeah? Physical assault.
Yeah. Okay. Van's literally 10 seconds away.
Are you the sergeant in charge?
Yeah.
So do you think, yeah, I'm the owner of that shop there. Okay. Yeah, I've gone around the block once.
Okay.
I've got out my car. Okay. I know the law. I've not raised my fist to these men. I've not swore to them. Yeah. I've asked the man what he's doing. As soon as he jumped out the car, he's jumped straight on top of me. Okay. Yeah. It's not failing to stop because I've stopped.
747.
You're in a lot of trouble.
See the chase of the van, please.
Yeah.
No, you're not in a lot of trouble at all, no. It's something that needs to get sorted out when we get back to the police station.
The police computer is showing that he isn't insured for the van, and it's not even his. So he's being arrested for TWOC, taking it without the owner's consent, as well as failing to stop.
I've been threatened with a.
You were threatened with a taser, mate. Is what you were threatened with.
With a firearm.
There's a lot more.
Right, Stuart.
You're going to calm down now. We'll put you in the car and take you back.
Why would not become a working person?
Just take you back in the car.
You're going to calm down for a take back in the car, Stuart, yeah?
You're in trouble, mate.
Okay, he's in trouble. Let's sort it out.
I just sued my workforce for £10,000.
Okay.
Yeah?
I'll stand you up.
Right, so you lot are getting Shirazi. Get everyone, bring them down the police station.
You're all right with him, yeah?
Everyone you can find, yeah? Right? Who knows that I'm a good person. Everybody, bring them down the police station now.
It wasn't his van. He said he borrowed it off a friend. He wasn't on the insurance policy. He was arrested for TWOC.
I'm going to seize this because I'm the only one that's seen it actually on the car. So this is going to get seized, and the vehicle's now gone back to Greyfriars for a thorough search. Having now drawn the taser and seeing its effects of just the sheer presence of a taser and somebody calming down to literally being completely compliant with you without even pulling a trigger was amazing.
It's the first time Chris has ever drawn the taser on the job.
Taser, taser.
He qualified to carry it only the day before. Where previously only firearms officers were authorised to have tasers, now in Bedfordshire, all of the traffic cops are being trained to use them.
The view was that traffic officers, by the very nature of the stuff that they deal with, are more experienced.
Let's put the knife down. Let's look after you first. Once we've done that, we'll go into...
And obviously they're officers that are used to providing a fast response across the county in support of divisional officers.
Put the knife down!
The battery-operated gun fires 2 needle-tipped darts. When they strike their target, they release a 5-second, 50,000-volt electric charge, which temporarily paralyses their subject.
Because your second shot, he was starting to advance forward and you came out brilliantly.
The very basics of what they're taught is just around the fact that any level of threat you then offer back to somebody has to be proportionate, and we do have to be able to justify the use.
OK, officer with a taser, put the knife down, officer with a taser! Taser, taser, taser! OK, turn yourself over now.
It's a judgment call for that particular officer as to whether they choose to go initially for their taser or whether they may well consider CS gas. It's all dependent on circumstances and how that officer reacts at the time.
The driver of the white van arrested at Taser Point has been brought to the main police station in Bedford. He's in a waiting room waiting to see the custody sergeant, although he thinks he should be seeing a doctor.
That's what I needed. I needed to be beat up because I was so violent when I stopped. I was such a trouble. I needed all these cuts on me. It's not excessive force though. So I wasn't doing as I was told.
By the time I got round the van, you were already in my colleague's face. That's why you were controlled.
This is called putting under control, giving me 6 or 7 cuts, a bruised hand. Look how bruised that is. Look how skinny my wrists are. Look, can you see how that big dip is? Look how bruised that is.
He didn't stop for us. We needed to deal with it. It'd have been a lot easier if he'd have done what we said.
Anyone else that did this, they'd be charged with Section 18. If you want a police officer, you'd be done for assault. But in a second, you're going to find out that it's my friend's car, that I've got insurance to drive it. I haven't twocked it anywhere. It's outside my shop. Everything I say is the truth. But when I leave it, I'm still going to have the bruises on my skin. You lot ain't got nothing on you because I ain't assaulted you and done nothing. You have to check the way that you deal with people and the way that you restrain people and stuff like that, and practice it a bit more, and practice people skills and stuff like that, because you lot just obviously haven't got any. You're a bit cheeky, but I'm not a criminal.
I tried to explain to him once or twice why we did what we did. But of course, he had his feelings upon the matter, and whatever I told him, I wasn't going to listen to. In the end, I switched off and let him just rant and rant and rant, and in the end, I think he got tired of his own voice and started to sort of calm down.
Everybody is searched when they're brought into custody. And now the man's got even more to feel aggrieved about. the cops have found his weed.
He didn't declare it. He waited till we found it. I think the custody sergeant wanted him strip searched, see if we can find any more.
In addition to that, you were found to be in possession of a yellow screwdriver, so you've been arrested on suspicion of offensive weapon as well. Okay? In a minute, we'll further arrest you for the drugs. Sure. Okay? When I get to that.
So he fails to stop for police. He's got no insurance, possession of cannabis, but he's not a criminal.
After the red dot, the red tape. However much the cops like having the taser, they don't care for the paperwork that goes with it.
Once anything happens with taser, whether it be you've actually red dotted somebody or you've what they call arced the taser, so you've taken the cartridge off and actually sparked the taser or deployed it fully, there's a taser form that has to be filled in and a use of force form which has to be filled in every time a police officer uses force.
The shopkeeper, who said he hadn't done anything wrong, pleaded guilty to failing to stop for the police and not being insured. He was fined £100 and given 6 points on his licence. He was not charged with possession of an offensive weapon or cannabis. 20 miles from Bedford in Luton, there's been some trouble on an estate. Somebody has had an axe thrown through their front window. Fortunately, the whole area is under CCTV surveillance, and the man who did it has been caught with a large chain making his getaway on a push bike. It's not the normal kind of thing the traffic cops get involved with, but now they're taser trained and the man's got a possible weapon, they're in demand.
Please smash the window, jump through the window, screaming and shouting.
PC Shona Gillen and Sam Sparks are only getting sketchy information about what's gone on as they race to the scene.
We're going to report of a male who smashed a window, a little unsure whether he's still in the property or he's left. We've been given taser authority, so we're going in the first instance as taser officers. So we can go to offensive weapons that aren't knives or bladed articles or guns where we'd use the firearms. We're just a backup system and a bit more support for the divisional units that don't have this extra bit of help.
Wait, the man is now front and back to the court on his bike cover.
It's gone back to the address.
Do you know where we're going then?
No.
This isn't at all like a routine traffic stop. It's a whole new ballgame for Shona and Sam.
Your anxiety is heightened because we're going into a situation that we already know is potentially dangerous.
2-3 male, combat style clothing, wearing a peaked hat.
There's a man wearing a peaked cap on a bike up ahead.
Is that him?
We were informed by 2 PCSOs that they'd stopped a male fitting the description of the offender.
Can you just lift your top up for me? I just want to see if you've got anything on there. The one thing he didn't have was the chain, but that gave us enough grounds on the description because he could have dumped the chain. Empty out your pockets for me. Do you mind if we just lean your bike up here, fella, just for a moment? Cool.
Pretty sure, to be honest, the number...
Anything on you that's going to hurt me, my colleagues, or anyone around me, OK? Any idea why I would be called to come and speak to you? No. No? What's happened with the pole? Please don't drop your trousers. I can't be doing with that sort of stuff. And I'm not allowed to touch you because I'm female and you're obviously male. We couldn't search him, so the PCSOs carried out the search.
The man's not happy about it. He thinks he's been racially profiled.
We don't know who you are, do we? Sure. He was a bit annoyed. He did try to give us the impression we had stopped him because he was black, but we did explain we'd stopped him because he matched the description.
A description of what? Of who?
Of a man involved in an incident. So we have to make sure...
What kind of incident?
I can't disclose that to you.
Yeah, we've got it. You're going to have to fill that out. Come on, if you point to point, one of us when we're done.
Take a right now, please.
It's been confirmed over the radio that they haven't got the right man. The one they're searching for has just been seen again on CCTV.
Take a right there. That's where the man was last seen on his bike cover.
It's back where we were.
Montrose Avenue's here.
They've got him.
Have we got him now?
Well, almost.
Yeah, copied.
Go! Taser authority! He's house hopping. He's going to be going back round the back of the property.
I ain't hopping out 'cause it's going to go in. And it was just frustrating. We were so close, and yet he sprung like a spring chicken over that fence, and I'm never going to catch him.
Shona's going to try and head him off in the car.
9 to 8, this chap still has the chain over him and he's well built.
Because she had taser, I left her where the male was last seen in case he made his way back, then drove round to the other side of where those houses may have come out.
9 to 8, we need a unit to Toddington Road. We need another unit to Montague Avenue. We need a unit to that footpath where she was last seen. 7-1, he was garden hopping about 10 houses down Montague Avenue off of Toddington Road, which will lead him into Brooklands Close.
He's gone over the fence of number... Okay. Hello, can I get into your back garden, please?
One of the householders had come out and seen what was happening and were very kind to let me go into their back garden.
Stand by, I think I've seen stand by. 9 to 8, he's jumped the by.
He's jumped over a fence, he's on foot, garden hopping. We need a dog, please.
Unfortunately, Sam has been led right up the garden path.
Behind number there is a little courtyard which you may have got into. The gardens are clear.
Sam did a thorough search of the gardens either side to see if he was hidden in any of the gardens.
More news has come in about the initial incident.
We were told that an axe had been used, so we're looking at a male who has already smashed a window, had made off from officers, was desperate to do whatever he could to get away by jumping over fences, and definitely had quite a large chunky train around his body, and that if he needed to, could have used it against an officer to get away.
Hello, it's the police!
He's run down Tower Way. I've got to the end of Tower Way and spoke to a couple of females. They've said that he's not made it to the end of this road. They've not seen him. I think he's gone into a small courtyard, the garage where there's some cars.
While the manhunt goes on in Luton, back in Bedford, it's been reported that there's another man carrying a potentially very dangerous weapon on the high street. Traffic cops with tasers have been called in again. PC Carl Klein's service experience makes him just the man for the job.
I was in the armed forces with an electronic warfare regiment. We went out to the Gulf War in '91, where I got an injury and got sent back with a broken arm. I come straight from the army into the police.
The man they're looking for has got a chainsaw. He isn't doing anything threatening with it, but the cops can't afford to take the situation lightly.
There's restaurants, cafes, banks, and he's in a pedestrian area with a chainsaw and a bottle of dark rum. So he's obviously a threat to himself and the public. The firearms team are given full authority, but we're going to have a scoop and see if we can locate him.
Details captured on PNC. He is very well known. He's got weapons marked as carrying knives and a standard knife.
Preemptive taser, okay? Yeah. No questioning. In the back if possible. If there's anybody carrying a chainsaw, they're going to get tasered. We discussed about possible tactics with the information we had. We can't let them use that device. That's a lethal weapon with alcohol and what we know of him already in the town centre. Crazy. So we'd already come up with a plan. If he had a chainsaw in hand, we'd use the vehicle as cover and taser him from the vehicle just to incapacitate him.
It's a full-scale alert. Lots of cops are heading for the scene.
I don't think we'll make it there. The firearms are pretty close.
Yeah. The firearms officers have reached the scene first.
He's in cuffs on the floor. All right.
You just keep moving, sir. I work. Listen, I work as landscape gardener.
The man is only an honest woodcutter, he is claiming, and just going about his business.
I left it last night. I had a bit of a drink with one of my clients. Come on, this is shameful. There's nothing illegal on me.
It's still accessible, mate.
It must be something to do with someone that don't like me because I'm quite a good gardener. And then I want an apology, please. In front of all these people, you're shaming me.
Just turn around. He's going to pat you down, right?
You pat me down all you
Jolly
like.
good.
I've done nothing wrong. Proper legit. Apart from I went and got a little bit drunk with a mate last night. And I left my chainsaw at home, which I use for good purposes. And I can give you phone numbers to I can even tell you where it was last night. That's quite nice.
Despite his insistence that it's only a tool for gardening, the man's chainsaw is being seized at gunpoint.
You're taking a man's living away from me. No, you are taking my living away
No,
from
we're
me.
not.
Listen,
No, we're not.
calm down.
All right, you're going back to the
I've
Nick
done
to
nothing
answer
wrong.
some questions. All right?
I've done nothing.
Jolly good.
I am a tree surgeon. What, she going to nick me for being a good, honest, living citizen? Come on, you shoot me then. Come on, go get some evidence. This is wrong. Right, I'm going to go back to being homeless. No, you. Right, you.
Sit down.
I'm a hard-working citizen.
Right, you've got nothing to worry about then, have you? He is intoxicated. Very, very verbal. Very anti-police.
And now, very, very irate.
I pay my taxes. Look at my tax. I pay my taxes. I do everything. This is called anger. Not allowed to be a citizen. It's called a police state. It's a police state. Not allowed to be a citizen.
You're doing behind.
You want to do it behind?
Yes, please.
No, I'm not gonna kick off. You can't do this to me.
Okay, put your arms behind your back.
You can't do this to me. How the hell can you do this to me?
You just stack
I've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Leave me alone, this is police brutality. I've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I have not broken the law, but I'm so off to you.
Happy with that? Cool.
That's what we can do. Hold me in.
No, we're waiting for a van to take you back to the Nick.
Why?
Because you're not being very civil, have you?
No, nor are you. What, because I ain't got a black uniform? Yeah, no, this is bullet boy, this is called Nazis.
Sit still.
My granddad fought to stop idiots like this. This is Nazi state. I've done nothing wrong. This is Nazi state. This is Nazi state. Nazis, Nazis, Nazis. My great-granddad died for you. And look at this. The Nazis are here again.
We're there to protect him and the public, and then ourselves, so no, I'm not a Nazi.
I'm carrying a chainsaw, taking it home. I worked for it yesterday, which I can prove. Someone flipping help me.
The only help that's coming is the police van. He's going to be taken to the Nick to calm down and sober up.
Oh, no, I'm a law-abiding citizen. That hurts. That hurts.
What hurts?
What are you doing with my hands?
Just walking, no one's touching your hand.
This is wrong. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I have not broken any law. I have broken no law. Listen.
Mind your head when you get here. Step up.
Get these flipping things off me. Tell me what law I've broken. Tell me what law I've broken.
Get in the van, please.
Tell me what law I've broken.
How many times do you need to be told?
I need to know before getting there. Tell me what law I've broken. Yeah, Nazi state. Tell me what law I've broken. Tell me what law I've broken.
Cool. It's not right to carry a chainsaw, which could be used as a weapon, in a public place. I think the 909 would have gone ballistic. The amount of calls we'd have got. He walked into the heart of the town.
Drink a bottle of rum and carrying a chainsaw. Not really a good
mixture.
Nah.
There was never any real danger of a chainsaw massacre. The good people of Bedford can breathe freely again. In Luton, the man suspected of putting in his neighbour's front window still hasn't been found, but a girl who knows him has, and she's just been on the phone to him.
Hello, who is he?
Spoken to him.
Is he coming back?
Well, I just spoke to him. He's a bit frightened because what happened is
he's
caused criminal damage. He's
Okay.
admitted it, but
All right, listen, if you can go and speak to him, tell him to calm down. So I thought I'd be cheeky and ask if I could speak to him.
hold on, come in, babe.
What's his name?
Babe, here.
What's his name?
John.
John? John, it's the police. Right, John, listen, calm down. All right, you do need to speak to us. You know that, sweet, don't you? You do need to come and speak to us, but listen, you come to us and we can sort it out, all right? Yeah, she's with me and she wants you to get it sorted as well. She's fine, she's calm. I mean, she's given me the phone to speak to you, so she's absolutely fine.
And Sam had calmed him down and made him see sense, and he'd given himself up.
Local bobbies have found and arrested John. In the meantime, it's becoming clear that this is a dispute between warring neighbours that had started the previous day.
No, because of what happened yesterday.
Just a bit of anger.
Retaliated because I had to take my daughter to school and she's come chased us with an axe, yeah?
After having been chased by a woman with an axe, it appears John then returned it, with interest, through her window.
That's where it is.
Further information is coming to light from the CCTV footage. While Sam and Shona were trying to catch John on his bike, back down the road, control room operators have seen that a woman was brandishing the axe and is then making sure she wasn't going to get caught with it. It was her window that was smashed, and she tried to take the law into her own hands by chasing after John. Sam and Shona need to get there urgently.
She's been seen to throw the axe that apparently she had. She's thrown it into a garden, which we've now recovered.
Because of the situation and the report of an axe or an offensive weapon being used, we again were issued with taser authority, and by now, because other officers had come to join the search for this other chap, we'd got a fair few officers with taser authority.
There, yes, she is agitated.
When we turned up, there were 2 PCSOs already at scene. There's a lot of commotion from inside the property, a lot of shouting going on inside.
She's in the window, she is agitated. What's 384's ETA? If he knows her and can calm her down, that will make more sense.
Just bring the units away.
We're trying to get in there, 384? Oh, yeah.
The woman's name is Angela, and the cops know her well, but they're taking no chances with her.
Tim turned up, and he's had dealings with Angela in the past.
Angela? Just come out here.
No, you can come through.
Tim taser as well. So both went into the property to speak to her while we stayed outside.
And I want to know why he put an axe through her and put a pole to her head.
Just to let you know, 815 384 inside the property. All the divisional units, PCSOs and myself, have taken a step back, and we're letting them deal with it to calm it down, and we can hopefully find out what's gone in there.
You could fill that whole house with officers, and all it would do would antagonise the situation, whereas sometimes it's better just to go in low-key and try and sort it out.
He's in custody, my friend.
Yeah, but hang on, you're arresting me because I'm swinging an axe.
The young lady whose property it is, somebody's thrown an axe through a window. She's picked up, run down the street with it, and been seen on CCTV.
And instead of dealing with her as an injured person, an IP, as we call them, we then had to deal with her as an offender because she'd then been seen in a public place with an offensive weapon.
Whatever the reason for it, the feud has got out of hand.
And we need to get to the bottom of it, really, because it said that she's a potential witness to something. So we could be looking at witness intimidation, and that's quite a serious offence.
You need someone to board up my window.
Yeah, we'll sort that out for you, Angela.
Right, Tony, you stay here. Council come, I'll ask the council.
Are you going to come with me or Smarty, my friend?
Yeah, both. Yeah? Listen, I need my bits and pieces.
You've had your methadone, haven't you?
Even though it was her window the axe was thrown through, it's Angela who's being arrested for possessing the offensive weapon.
If CCTV can make a copy for us, and we'll arrange for it to be collected. She's calmed down an awful lot now, so we shouldn't have any more problems ever.
The only problem is keeping Angela quiet.
She is. She's cool. Broke my window with an axe, Kylie.
Come on.
And I tried saying to the guy drive past her. You're
Angela,
right, like,
Angela,
driving past
Angela,
her.
Angela.
Sorry.
Shh. You're shouting. You're on the phone.
So I waved the axe to say, come get your axe, you bastard, this, that and the other.
Nice.
And I'm getting arrested.
Take a seat in there, my friend.
Why should I talk to it? Why did he put an axe in my house? He put a pole to my mate's head.
Okay.
I've got a big hole in my window. I've got someone waiting at my yard, yeah, to get something repaired, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the going on, but they're nicking me because I had an axe. All I'm trying to tell these people is that the geezer had the axe, blah, blah, blah. And, well, yeah, do you know what I mean? But all they're seeing me is waving an axe, and the guy's telling me to come around the corner under the camera. But the man smashed my frigging window under the camera.
She was on her phone to her key worker. I'd got no issues concerned for safety, else she would have been handcuffed. We were just trying to keep her on side because she can be a handful when she kicks off. And she may be female, but when she wants to fight, she can be fairly strong as well.
Right, Kylie, listen, I'm going off the phone now, yeah? I've got to switch it off.
Alright, I'll speak to you soon.
Alright, sweetheart. Right, take care, bye.
You know your methadone. You've had what you need to for how long? How long will that keep you going?
Half an hour. No, I'm joking. Why? Don't keep me in all night, you know. I've had half a glass of wine.
Why do I want to keep you in all night?
Because it's not good. The sergeant will hate you for it.
When was the last time you were in then?
I'm up on a charge yet. I'm only in Crown Court next week for it yet because my suppressor has said that, you know, it's a total bollocks. Do you know what I mean? But this PC, you know that Ginger Scott? I ate that ginger nut, seriously.
Oh.
He tried arresting me, yeah?
Oh dear.
And he knocked the methadone out my mouth. So when he tried jumping me, I flicked him by accident, yeah? And he went over the settee. And he was like getting the mace spray, like crying nearly, you know, like, you hold it, put your hands up, what you got? I was going, you idiot, do you know what I mean?
Angela's very well known to Bedfordshire Police. More known than a lot of officers are known to Bedfordshire Police. She's probably been to the police station more times than the officers of Bedfordshire Police.
When was the last time you were here?
Angela is going to be processed in custody and interviewed both as a victim and as an offender.
She was basically searched, booked in, and that's where our involvement ended with her.
As well as tasers, Bedfordshire's traffic cops have the use of another recently introduced bit of advanced electronic kit. The Automatic Number Plate Reader, or ANPR. It detects
something's wrong
and warns about any suspicious passing vehicle.
The ANPR unit activated for a car going in the opposite direction. At a quick glance, I saw that the vehicle or its occupants were responsible for the supply of drugs.
The ANPR instantly cross-references the car's registration plate with details held on the police national computer database.
OK, I've got a ping on a drugs vehicle on Harrowden Road towards Turnpike roundabout.
The car's going to have to be pulled over and checked to see if there's any substance to the information.
I can't say how many's in it, but maybe worth a stop, just in case I shout. Where's it go, where's it go, where's it go?
If you're on your own, yeah, the adrenaline does start going a bit because you don't know what's in the car. You're always worried about if anything's going to be discarded as you're driving along.
Martin has got behind the car, a silver Audi.
OK, buddy, we're Cambridge Road. I'm going to pull it over. Come on.
The vehicle itself stood out. The windows were darkened, and without stereotyping, that sort of vehicle is predominantly used by people that like to be in possession of or supply drugs.
It's pulling over, but just be mindful of us, please.
Without stereotyping, the man isn't like a usual drug dealer.
He was quite a ripped-up, muscular lad. Yeah. What's your name, please?
Mervyn Dixon.
Mervyn Dixon. Have I met you before, Mervyn?
I don't know, I'm not sure.
Don't know. I'm normally pretty good with faces. That's why I'm asking you. I'm not too sure about yours. Have you got a licence on you, Mervyn?
No, I haven't.
Whose car is it?
It's my car.
It's your car?
Yeah.
How long have you had it?
Where's my girlfriend's car?
I'm very much aware of people's size, body language. I recognise the face, but I just couldn't pin it down.
Yeah.
Couldn't take a pew in the car.
Yeah, cool.
Any ID on you?
No, I haven't. Well, I don't know. I haven't had a look in the glove compartment.
Right, Mervyn, the other thing, is there anything in the vehicle that shouldn't be in the vehicle?
No, there isn't, no.
Nothing at all?
No, it's fine.
Right. £1.20 on there.
Yeah. I lose change all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
OK.
Martin's got a bad feeling about this man.
Right.
He's going to search him.
I'll quickly take you down, because everybody gets into my car. I've had it happen once before when someone produced a blade on me.
Okay, no problem.
All right,
Yeah,
so I'm going to pat you down.
Yeah, it's fine.
Whoa!
Martin's mate has turned up just in time.
I'm seeing a taser! Get down! On the ground! Arms out! Arms out!
Go on, Tim, cover me, mate.
The man's being red dotted. If he doesn't calm down, he'll be in for a bit of a shock.
Put your other arm out, Mervyn.
I didn't give it for you, this guy driver.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. That's not on.
Right.
I think you are.
Have you got... Oh, come on.
Ready, ready, ready.
1, 2, 3. Right, what was all that for? I was being fair with you, buddy.
Yeah.
I was being fair. What was it all about? Be honest with me now before I start digging.
No, that's right.
What's it all about?
It's fine.
What'd you run off? Whose car is it?
It's in my girlfriend's car.
Right.
Get this guy driver. Oh, man. I'll get the car.
Over here. Come
After having 2 tasers pointed at him, the man stepping into line.
Hold on. Don't pull away from him, Mervyn. It's not going to get you anywhere, is it?
Or maybe he's not.
I'm not going to I'm down. You go, I'm going to taste you. What's your problem?
It's a case of once bitten, twice shy for Martin.
Sorry, I've got something. What? I've got something on me, mate. I've got something. Where? No, it's drugs, innit? It's Where? Where? In my pocket.
Get off him.
In my pocket. I'm not going to hurt you.
Get off him.
Seriously,
if he keeps trying to fight, just be careful.
I'm not trying to fight.
He's not going to fight anybody. He's got cuffs on.
Come on. It's in my front pocket. I'll roll over.
An off-duty cop is lending a hand and has grabbed a foot.
Just stand up.
Oh, you're hurting me, sir.
Just stand up. What you got on you, mate?
I've got something in this pocket here.
In that pocket there.
The reason for Mervyn's desperate attempts to get away is now abundantly clear.
You're under arrest on suspicion of being in possession of controlled substance with intent to supply.
Yeah.
Do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence. You did not mention, when questioned, something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence.
Yep.
Do you understand?
Yep.
I've never been more relieved to see Tim than on that particular day, because I think he did an absolutely fantastic job in stopping him. The guy that ran off is a big bloke. Tim didn't have to use that much force. He only tapped this guy's leg.
And then it was a case of the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Tim was a saviour on that day, because without him, the chase would have probably gone a little bit further.
Stop the blood so we can undo your thing, all right? You're killing me, mate. Just loosen it, please, mate. You're killing me. I swear I can't feel my hands.
Mervyn's been left licking his multiple wounds.
And then they'll loosen them as soon as they stop the blood, yeah? How much can you bend it?
No, it bends. I don't feel I'm taking weight off it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get the ambulance at you when you get into custody.
I think
we'll double crew doing it, either of you?
Yeah, me and Pitsy are. Just
We need another unit here to drive.
I think we'll get Pitsy. About.
That can go in the car park for now, can't it?
Sorry. Well, we need to search it.
Daisy, yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Sit yourself in a bit on this side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take my glasses, boss.
Martin's got an idea where the man might have got his muscles from.
I tend to find that a lot of drug dealers aren't necessarily drug users, and they do genuinely look after themselves. However, if they are caught and they do spend time at Her Majesty's pleasure, they have even more time to be able to work on their health and be able to build themselves up.
It's not only sprinting and bodybuilding. Mervyn, it seems, goes in for ball games as well. Martin's a good sport as well. He doesn't bear Mervyn any grudges.
We were getting on all right, and then you go and do that. No.
I'm going to try and get rid of it.
Of course you are, but what I'll say to you now, Mervyn, is every time, if I bump into you again, every time, irrespective of what, you're getting cuffed up.
Yeah, that's all right. No drama.
So, you don't normally just carry personal around with you like that. And with the amount of cash that he had in his pockets, 2 mobile phones, it all goes towards the bigger picture and dealing with drugs.
At the police station, it's apparent just how big the drugs haul is.
The size of half a block of butter.
It's crack cocaine worth several £1,000s.
He just said, I said, I don't get left any licence. He said, I don't care about that. He said, I know that I'm doing bird for this at least. I mean, the money as well.
He's going to have this, isn't he?
I've got you, yeah. What I'm saying to Skipper is, he's putting on the injuries a lot now, and I think he's going to try to get a hospital. And the only
he's going to try and chip.
Because bear in mind, he tries to get away in handcuffs from 3 of us.
Taking the negative. After the inquest, there's time to relive the finer points of the arrest.
Bloke's running towards Tim as they're coming up, but this is the passenger seat, yeah? So I'm running after him. Whoa! Stay there, okay?
One in custody.
And then cuffed him up. Right, that was stupid, wasn't it? Come on, let's come back to the car. So I've got on him with my left hand. Next thing, because he's quite a big bloke, next thing he's like, whoa, and he's trying to pull me, and we go down the bank. I'm like, oh! He was a very cool character, and albeit he ran off, and we used what I would say was reasonable and appropriate force at the time to restrain him. He never once kind of offered violence towards us. However, that isn't to say that he wouldn't have.
It's no wonder Mervyn was so desperate to get away. He had been in prison recently and was only out on licence. Being caught with a big lump of crack means he'll certainly be going straight back again.
I'll ask Andy if he can do it when he comes on.
That's what I got off him.
How much money do you think it is?
I haven't counted it.
Despite inflation rates soaring, the street price of cocaine and crack cocaine has fallen by half over the last 10 years, contributing to an alarming rise in Class A drug abuse.
You know the reasons why you're here?
Yeah.
Yeah? On suspicion of possession with intent to supply because of the quantity and the fact that you've got a fair bit of money as well in cash.
Yeah.
So it's on suspicion, mate. So we need to have a little chat to you about that once we've obviously got all of your injuries sorted out.
He had to go to the hospital later on just to get his knee and his shoulder checked out. He had a few superficial cuts on his hands from rolling on the ground when he initially fell over. But I think all turned out to be okay. It just sort of tender to the muscle areas around his knee and his shoulder. Unknown amount, but it's quite a large quantity of cash and 2 mobile phones. He's been arrested on suspicion of possession with intent to supply. And those facts have been relayed to the duty inspector, who's authorised what they call a Section 18 search, which gives us the power to go around to the house that he lives at and carry out a search in relation to drugs. There you go. I'll go and grab you a couple of blankets and a brew, 2 sugars milk. Cheers. All right.
When darkness falls, trouble involving bored teenagers often erupts in many towns and cities across the country.
Male chasing niggas confused with a metal bar.
Surprisingly, Bedford, a small market town, sees more than its fair share.
716 we can attend from Hampton Road. What's the description at the moment?
Traffic cops Tanvir Hussain and Carl Klein are on their way there to an incident on an estate.
There was a report of a male with an iron bar chasing a group of young males and females around the estate.
We're about 3 minutes away, just ask for get them to ring back the informant, see if there's a better update on the location. It is a very, very dense housing estate. You know, you're living on people's doorsteps. Most of them are terraced houses in there, and they're back onto houses. They've got communal play areas, and their kids have got nothing to do.
It's just the recipe for antisocial behaviour.
It was raining. Why they're not inside, I don't know. Causing issues with the other residents.
But these youngsters say it's not them, but adults who've stirred up the trouble.
And he's come out, yeah, and he's got this big metal pole, and he can't catch none of the boys. And obviously, we girls, we don't see why we should be running. Right. He's gone, if I can't get one of you boys, I'm gonna get one of you girls.
Where's the house?
I think it's.
I can tell you exactly what house it is.
We can take you up there, but I don't want to go near the house that much.
Right, okay. And what does he look like, the old boy with the metal bar?
He's like really wedge and.
Colour?
White.
How old?
About 40.
Wearing what?
Pyjamas and blue t-shirt.
There's always 2 sides to every story.
Carl is going to find out what the other side of the story is.
Hello, mate. Please. Has there been an incident tonight?
There's been a lot of shouting about, yeah.
Okay, whereabouts?
Outside it.
Anything to do with this house?
No, nothing to do with this house.
No? Okay, is anybody else in the house with you?
My kids.
Kids?
Yeah.
No other adults?
I had some people arguing around there.
Yeah.
Okay. The kids were telling in some adult that they were going to rape his kids, that's all I know.
All right, the kids were saying that to the adult?
Saying that to the adult, yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Cheers, bud. Keep the noise down. Guys, keep it stum, yeah? Yeah, shut it.
The man they're looking for lives further up the alley. The estate is like a rabbit warren, with a maze of paths and passageways, and everybody living on top of each other.
Hello, police. Sorry to bother you. Been a report of some sort of disorder, some sort of incident within this area. Have you heard anything?
Yeah, we've had trouble too much with kids.
You're going to rape my children, are you?
Chap. Oi, stay where you are a minute, right? He's only a kid at the moment.
Yes,
Let's sort it out. We'll get his details.
You come here.
inside, please. We'll talk to you.
Yeah, you're dead.
Then the young lads appeared, and it sort of upped the ante a bit. They walked past, and there was a few choice words said between the two of them.
The problem is, it's just come out with that allegation, isn't it? That one of you, or the group from earlier, has said that you're going to rape his kids. Okay?
No.
But that's what he just said.
No.
Did you not hear that?
This was all after he's chased us
Right.
and trying to threaten us.
They're outside his house making a load of noise, and his kids are in bed. So he's quite politely asked them to move on and got a torrent of abuse.
Tensions are still running high between the youths and the two fathers.
Right, you keep pushing people on this estate.
Come round and sort you boys out.
Right, you keep pushing, especially you keep pushing people on the estate.
He tried to kill me.
You're getting into people's faces, right?
Yes, so are you.
People are now snapping because you're doing it.
He got into everyone else's face. Have you seen the reaction on that? Yeah?
Yeah, of course. Have you seen what about from when he was
the mate,
I'm not talking to you. Shut up.
I've had altercations with you, right? You've threatened me.
Me.
Yeah, you lot me out.
You threaten my children again, you're dead.
Come on. They're two big guys. One of them's ex-army, the other one is quite irate. And I think if we'd have just left it, just walked away, the kids would have gone back and somebody would have got hurt.
Well, why don't you go to your own house and create the problems outside your own house?
Tanvir and Carl need help before the situation gets out of hand.
Hello, Gov. I don't know if you're aware of the job at personally, I think it's a bit of a tinderbox, a flashpoint. There's some residents, two angry men, which are fed up with the youths. He's gone out with something and had a go at the youths, but no assault. I think he's been spat at by youth and threats have been made to rape his kids, so he's quite irate. It definitely needs some sort of high visibility down here tonight to keep the kids away from...
Well, it's difficult because you try and speak to one party, then you get other people coming in. Well, there's like 5 of them initially, and now there's 10, 11 of them, so where they've come out of them, I don't know.
Go, right? Otherwise, we're going to start making arrests, getting Van down here. Get out of here, right? All right, help him. Help him.
What do you mean? You're not helping me, you're pushing me.
I'm asking you to leave. Walk.
Why is he going like this?
I have no idea. Has he got a tickle in his throat? You carry on walking. Okay?
The trouble is, a lot of kids have been congregating over on the mound behind us. We've had a couple of problems beforehand and asked them, obviously, politely to go, and they always get a bit, because they're in a group, they all tend to sort of like gang up together and they give you a lot of abuse, and they give me a lot of abuse tonight, and obviously saw red because they said a couple of certain things what they shouldn't have said about my children. Well, they just said, oh, we're going to rape your children and all this stuff, and I went, what? And obviously lost it and obviously chased after them. They all ran off because they're only young kids, and that was it really. And so I come back, and obviously we've had all this hassle, and the police come out, and hopefully it's been sorted out. So
we'll just get some more units down here, see if we can just try and appease everybody and get them on their way.
You know, if they want to be noisy, fair enough, do it around their house, because they live on the estate. Just do it outside your front house, I don't care. But don't do it in front, you know, around us.
As a road traffic officer, this is not my cup of tea, but we're here to help with potential violence. But if we can get rid of the kids, hopefully the problem is solved for tonight, and then the Safe Neighbourhood teams can intervene. But so there's not much we can do. Something like tonight, where the kids are out unruly, there should be something where we could put hands on bodies, take them home, and get the parents to be responsible for their kids' actions, no matter what age. They're living at home, they should be responsible for them, but as Tan says...
251, I think. You see this in every town, in every street. You get kids of 10 plus hanging around who've got nothing better to do, and they're trying to... they're winding residents up. Prime example, this chap at home, sitting with his family, goes out, asks them politely to move on because they're making too much noise. The kids are upstairs trying to sleep. And this is the result of it. I mean, yeah, it's boredom, if anything.
We managed to disperse the kids. My colleague spoke to the aggressor of the two males and told him, in no uncertain terms, what he was doing was wrong and he could be arrested. But to arrest him in front of those kids would, you know, they'd have the Christmases all come at once, wouldn't they? It's not a done thing. We'd do it discreetly if we needed to.
Trouble on an estate is one thing, but trouble between estates is quite another. While Tanvir holds the fort, Carl has got more youths to help deal with, This time gangs are involved, postcode gangs.
There was a gang issue which raised its head last year with the MK41 and the MK42 gangs, the red and black bandana gangs. Divided by the river, north and south, there seemed to be sporadic issues between them and the police.
The dog man's asking for more.
1877, tell me where you are.
A group of youths has congregated on a bridge between two estates. Local officers with dogs have had a bit of success dispersing some of them, but others are reluctant to go.
On our arrival, there was 20 on the bridge, and a bit of a standoff.
Out with a bow and arrow, I will Robin Hood 'em. Don't try and tell me that I couldn't. No, it's more like my mind's telling me that I shouldn't. I keep running with the streets, cause the streets keep calling me.
When they're on their own, most of them are quite nice. They're normal human beings. But as soon as they get within a group, there's this bravado of playing up towards the police and gobbing off at us.
Unless they get a dispersal order from a court, which is a lengthy procedure, there's little the cops can do about yobs congregating, apart from requesting they move on, which takes manpower.
We have a dedicated van on the weekends with special constables patrolling to bolster our numbers, because we do need that. We're thin on the ground anyway, and with these sort of incidents, the policing pledge, we will attend them and disperse or record any details of any offences.
No one's been arrested for any offences, but with several police dogs on hand, one of the youths is claiming he's been bitten.
Show me the bite. Show me the bite. Right. Yeah. Yes. I've got 3 bite marks. Yeah. 1 there. Yeah. There. Oh, that's where you fell off the bike. No, what did you fall off? Hold on. That doesn't look like I've been falling off the bike. Yeah. 1 there. Yeah. You look like I've been bit, like I fall off the bike, yeah? Come here then. No. Come in. No, get off me. Surname Luke. Get off. Dog's name Luke. Hold on, what are you arresting me for? It's arrestable, isn't it? No, yeah, public order. Public order. Grab him. Wait there.
A dog was let loose beforehand on some troublemakers. So, unfortunately for him, he's now being arrested as he was possibly one of them.
If they're committing public order offences, then we'll deal with them. But if they're not, it's purely his dispersal and moving them on.
Gangs have spread here from London and are of such concern that the police have assigned an officer especially to deal with them.
I think they're imitating Los Angeles gangs, the American prisons, where the trousers are worn halfway down the backside. It's a status symbol where your bandana is on your body, depending on what rank structure you are in there. It's a major issue, but it could well spiral out of control.
It's 3:30 in the morning, and after having kept the peace in MK42, Carl has been called north of the river to an incident in MK41.
That is the black bandana area where most of those reside. The red bandanas would be from the south of the town.
Somebody has called in having seen 2 young men smashing up a bus shelter.
And the description was really good. A mixed race male with a knife, and a white male with a lump of metal, an iron bar. It's just a matter of keep leapfrogging the roads and searching them. 716, junction of Kershaw, 1 male, stand by.
Carl has spotted something.
I saw 2 males matching their descriptions, standing under an archway to a block of flats.
716. Being in an unmarked police car, Carl's managed to creep right up on the men.
As I got out, I could see one of the males holding an iron bar with a bandana.
Whatever you got in that right hand, drop it.
Carl's ready for anything.
Officer with taser, now drop it. Yeah? Put your arms out to the side. Arms out to the side. 716, 1 male's made off, yellow top, Charnwood. I've got 1 other male on a red dot, metal bar. Stand by. Sorry?
Green top.
Whatever, the male that's gone has got a yellow top. Turn around, put your hands on the wall. Hands up, higher. Okay, spread your legs. What I want to do is I'm going to search you. Have you got a knife on you? No. No? Put your legs apart a bit more. Okay? Do not move. Do you understand?
Yeah. Seeing a red dot and being told that it's a police officer with a taser, 9 times out of 10, people will drop their weapon, stop what they're doing. If they don't, then the device will be activated and they'll be incapacitated.
No. What's your mate's name? Give him a shout. Ask him to come back. You don't know him? Is that your bandana?
Yeah, I put it on the floor, bro. You got this cuff around my ankle, like my wrist.
Your wrist?
Tonight, bro.
Okay, I'll release it in a minute when I'm happy you're safe, all right? Okay, you're in custody for criminal damage at the bus station. Bus stop around there.
It's
20 to 4. I got the guy with the iron bar, so I'd assume the mixed race male was at the knife. 716, just a quick update on identity. I think he's a mixed race male in a yellow top. He went off where I am now through the flats. Hmm? What? Do you want to pull those trousers up a bit so you can walk properly? Yeah? No, I said I'd pull them up. Right, come on in the car.
Wait, give me my bandana.
I will bring your bandana back with you. Been shown to tase a red dot and they're stopping. Whatever they're doing, they're stopping. Normally they'd fight. To evade police capture, they would fight. They would strike police officers, damage, do anything. But now they're thinking twice. It's a weights bar, isn't it? And his bandana, which he's so worried about. What I'll do is I'll seize them then.
Take him back.
Yeah, could you?
4 minutes in.
340 for criminal damage.
Yeah.
The gangster is going to be taken in for questioning, while Carl resumes the search for his friend with the knife.
He didn't exactly make off, didn't realise it was old Bill at first, until he got out.
Okay.
But he was in possession of this and put it down.
Okay.
Quali, thank you very much.
Carl's called for a sniffer dog to come and scour the area.
We're just waiting around the back here for the dog. So hopefully, if he's gone past this way, it'll be a fresh track. If you just don't want to contaminate it. And hopefully the dog will lead us to him. But there's a male out there with a knife. And he knows the old Bill are looking for him now. So just be a bit cute. There's two great big holes in the Perspex bus shelter. I should think because the glass got smashed so many times, they put it back with Perspex, so it would have taken quite a huge whack to smash and put a hole in it, which is probably from the metal bar we've recovered.
In the end, there was insufficient evidence to link the man with the bandana, who happened to be carrying an iron bar, with the damage done to the bus shelter, so he was released without charge. His mate in the yellow shirt was never found. The man who claimed the police were all Nazis was released without charge after sobering up. His chainsaw was returned to him. Mervyn Dixon, who twice tried to escape the taser cops, was sent straight back to prison for dealing crack cocaine. He is currently serving a sentence of 4 years and 8 months. No further action was taken against Angela for running around with the axe that was used to smash her front window. Nor were any charges brought against her bicycling neighbour that threw it. And it was never discovered if witness intimidation was the cause of the feud.